Happy Hoarder here, and thank you for checking out my DIY video on how to transform a discount store scarecrow into a one-of-a-kind creepy cute scarecrow for your Halloween decor. The list of materials and more instructions are listed in the description below. I start by taking a charcoal pencil in this case and sketching out the face that I want on my paper mache pumpkin. Now this is actually styrofoam pumpkin with the crepe paper over it. And then I fill in my face with a black marker. I just do that to keep my colors intense, but if you want to, you can always paint them yellow. Now I am going around all the little details with charcoal pencil, and I have some other colors that I've kind of blended in to give it a little softer transition into a lighter shade. And then I am adding some sealer. I chose flat. I chose not to show the decapitation of that adorable little scarecrow, but I just wanted to give you an idea of just pulling off the head and then pulling off the hat. And now I'm going around staining everything to give it that nice aged mildewed look. I chose to use the same colors as I did on my mummified fairies, if you want to go back and check out my dead fairies video. And this is sort of a combination that creates an oil rubbed bronze. I'm using a lot of water to water it down. I'm also using a paper towel to pull out some of the overpaint. So this is another process where you're adding and subtracting to get the look you want. You can, at this point, work on it as it is or hit it with a hairdryer to dry it off. Do not do your hat and wig yet because you want it dry when you're hot gluing it onto your pumpkin. An option is to insert a dowel rod into the arms to give it that T shape. But I do recommend inserting it behind the styrofoam block body of your little scarecrow. Another option is to stuff the legs with a little tissue or something just to kind of give it a little bit more shape. And then I like to tie off the arms and legs with a little jute rope. Now the stem was very handy for painting, but it's time to pull that out. Now I'd like to put my head in at a different angle, not just straight up and down. So choose how you want to put your head on and then stick it on the dowel. Now I have two, so I wanted to make sure my heads were doing different things. Now my faces are kind of similar, but I would have done those differently. Now one thing I do is just to add a little spot of glue in order to secure the head. You don't want too much, and especially if you want to move the head, then you might not want glue at all. I also add a little straw around the neck to hide any open areas. Because the pumpkin head is a little bit bigger than the original head, I always pull the straw off and have to redesign the hat so it fits on there better. And sometimes it's a struggle to get all that straw off. It's glued on really well. Another thing I like to do is sort of put the hat on at a weird angle. I don't necessarily put it on right on top of the head, so I like a little rakish angle. And then I put a couple of spots of glue to hold it in place. You just want a couple of spots at this point. Now he's just as adorable as he can be right now without all the straw for hair, but me, I've got to take it to the next level. So what I do is I just pull out little pieces of straw and glue them in, and when I insert them under the hat, then I will press down so that it will secure both the hat and the straw to the little pumpkin head. That is why I only put a little bit of glue on in the first place. So this is a process, and you need to go all the way around the little pumpkin's head. Since that original hair was pretty much had a very blunt cut to it, I staggered it and made it all uneven, and I'm going back and clipping off some of the ones that are a little bit too long. Now my other scarecrow, I had a little rope belt, and this is a bigger jute rope than the one I used around the wrist and ankles. And I also had buttons on my other scarecrows, so I found a couple of buttons in my button jar, and I'm putting them on the little overalls, and I'm also going to add one to the hat of my little scarecrow because the other one had one as well. Now that all my gluing's done, it's time to add some distress. Same way I did on the other pieces, where I just added and used a paper towel to remove and just did it all until I got it the way I wanted it. I am so pleased with the results. These little guys make me so happy, and they're one of a kind. So I hope you will enjoy making these as much as I did, and I think it's something that everybody needs to try at least once. And you don't have to add all the distress. When I made my little bitty ones, I didn't put anything but happy faces on them. I think they're just adorable. So if you make one and you make a video, please include your video link in the comments below. And if you just want to send me a photo through my Gmail account, I will gladly post it on my community page. Thanks for watching. Bye!